Welcome back. Of course, it's Thursday. We've got Chef Anthony in the studio again with us this morning, and he's brought a special guest, senior student at PHS. I guess not a senior anymore. Now you're graduating. Yeah. Caroline, thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And you're going to be making us something, or showing us how to make something today that is a family recipe.
Yes.
What are we making?
Apple pie.
Tell me a little bit about the background of this apple pie.
Well, my Nana just taught me how to make it when I was really young. I've been baking with her since, I could walk, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you were revealing to me, this isn't just any apple pie. This is an award-winning apple pie.
Yeah.
So what she's done is she's taken her flour and her shortening. Now this is the important part. This is not butter. This is room temperature butter Crisco.
Okay.
So you really need to use shortening on this so that it will combine and make the dough nice and light and fluffy and flaky, because that's the key to a good pie crust, is having that shortening inside of there. A lot of people like to go, well, I like to use butter. I want something healthier. You need to go with the shortening. It is a absolute must if you want a really good quality flaky pie. And then she's going to add cold water to it, and it does need to be cold. It helps to bring everything together all the way through. And she added just a little bit of salt inside. And she has a pastry cutter. Most people have seen these. They usually use them to mash potatoes,
right?
Unfortunately. But this is exactly what it's for. And it helps to just kind of cut everything together and bring everything as one solid unit. And it comes together really easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. I've made this pie crust from her recipe 4 or 5 times, and I can almost do it without the recipe now. So it's a very reliable, very simple recipe.
Are you keeping the ingredients a secret, or are you sharing them with us this morning?
They can be shared.
We can, yeah.
So what were the measurements that you used?
It's 2 cups flour, a stick or a cup of shortening, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then half a cup of cold water.
Okay, is it a teaspoon or a tablespoon of salt?
Teaspoon.
Teaspoon of salt.
Yes.
Okay.
Then eventually you can get your hands in there and just form it into a ball.
All right, yeah. What kind of texture are we looking for when we know that it's ready to start rolling out?
Not too dry, but not too wet. I like to put a lot of flour down on the surface that you're going to roll it out on. Make sure it doesn't stick to the surface or the rolling pin.
Okay. All right, any tips on like the types of apples that we're going to be using today, or?
Usually my Nana likes to use Godfather. She actually goes and picks them at an apple farm, but as long as they're a little tart, not like super sweet apples, because we do put a lot of sugar in there.
I know a lot of people use the Granny Smith apples
Yes.
for the apple pie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we're going to use Pink Ladies this morning from Martinez Produce. They're absolutely wonderful this time of year. If you watch the apples as the seasons go through, you'll find just the right apple. And I always say, eat the first one, buy a couple extra, eat one, see how it tastes, and you'll know right off the bat.
Okay, so from start to finish, you've got your pie crust mixed together, and you did that in under 3 minutes. So step 1 was really fast.
Yes.
Step 1 is real easy, it's real fast. And one of the keys with this though is you want to let your pie crust rest for just a few minutes, kind of let everything just come together. And this actually makes both crusts.
Yep.
So she's going to roll each crust, one for her top into a ball and one into a ball for her base. And when we come back at 7 o'clock, she'll assemble the whole pie for us.
Okay, that sounds perfect, because that'll be just the right amount of time to let it rest. And
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll let you guys take your break. We'll get back to the news, and we'll see you on the KOA Morning News on Fox 14.
All right.
Stick with us. We'll be right back.